Yesterday, we had our phonics lesson all about different suffixes, able, less, and ness. So we had to read the words and put them in the correct place. Let's have a look at the words. Boneless, painless, breakable, predictable, weightless, darkness, enjoyable, shyness, happiness, and softness. Can you please read number 1 out for me, Bao Kang? Patricia
gets over her enjoyable when she meets the new neighbor puppy.
Not quite. So not enjoyable, not quite. So basically the word I'm looking for here is explaining that Patricia is a little bit of a quiet person and she's a little bit awkward, but she gets over that when she meets the new neighbor's puppy. Because let's be honest, if you are a kind of quiet and awkward person, if you meet a cute little puppy and you like dogs, you're probably going to start talking to the dog like it's your own, like, oh, look at this little fella. So what do you think the word is I'm looking for here? Pat, can you read the sentence for me?
Patricia got over her shyness when she met the new neighbor's puppy.
Perfect. She got over her shyness. So shyness is the state of being shy. And if you're a shy person, you are very confident, you're not very loud, you keep yourself to yourself, you're quite quiet and a little bit awkward. Good job, Pat. Guys, please make sure that you have your reader's notebook in front of you. So I just want to make sure that you guys are marking your homework as we go along. Good job, Pat. Well done. So we're checking our homework. And I would like you guys to be checking it at home, ticking it if you get it correct, giving it an X, and fixing it if it's wrong. Number 2, read that for me, please, Trixie.
That story was so predictable that I guessed the ending.
Lovely, well done. That story was so predictable that I guessed the ending. Predictable means you were able to predict. Predict means guess. So sometimes if a movie or a story is predictable, it means you say, oh, I know that this is so predictable. The prince and the princess are going to fall in love and live happily ever after. It means that you're able to guess it because it's quite common. Okay, moving on to our next page. So turn over to this page. So have a look. Redo, preview, sleepless, erasable, freshness, tasteless, crispness, valuable. So again, we have to do the same thing. We have to put in the correct word in the right spot. So I'm going to call your name and you're going to read out the correct sentence for me. Steve, number 1. Justin.
Justin spent a sleepless night at the camp out because he was worried about bear.
Good job. Well done. He had a sleepless night. Number 2, Ben.
I think you're wrong because I tried preview.
Yes, that one's not quite correct. So to test the something of celery, see if it makes a snapping sound. So celery is a type of very crunchy vegetable. So the word I'm looking for here is crispness. To test the crispness of celery, see if it makes a snapping sound. So snap it and see if it's nice and crunchy and crispy. Okay, last one. So I'll just read through these nice and quickly because I want to get started on our vocabulary lesson. The hiker thanked the guide for her help and kindness. In high mountains, a lack of oxygen can cause sickness. Being helpless in the mountains is dangerous. It is not wise to climb mountains in darkness. The fearless guide climbed the high cliff. And I was amazed at the softness of the freshly fallen snow. And number 7, scientists measured the thickness of the ice at the top. Then we had to choose a challenge word and use it in a sentence. I'm just going to show you guys my sentences here. Have a look. A beautiful starry night can leave you breathless. And the student's eagerness to learn made the teacher smile. Some of you guys put a lot of thought into your sentences, and I was very pleased with them. Okay, guys, let's have a look and start our vocabulary lesson. So, I asked you yesterday to make sure that you found out the definitions of these words before we had our lesson today. So I'm going to call on random students and ask what you learned about the word and what you can share about the word with the class. So the first word here is approached. Can everyone say after me? Approached.
Approached.
Very good. One more time. Approached. Good job. Bao Kang, read it for me, please.
Camel approached this mountain from the west slowly as they got near to it.
Now be careful, there's a full stop here, so we need to stop and take a breath before moving on to the next sentence. Climbers approached this mountain from the west. Slowly, they got nearer to it. So the word approached is a verb. What did you learn about this word? What does the word approached mean? Winter, what does approached mean? Winter, you need to make sure that your camera is on you.
Approach means that they reach.
Yeah, to reach something.
Yes.
Good job, well done. Approach means to reach something or to go near it. Have a look here. Can you please read this for me? Lucy, what does it mean?
Approach means came near.
Good job, well done. Can you read the question, please?
How should an unfamiliar animal or pet be approached? How can you behave with animals you know?
Okay, guys, so how should we approach a pet or an animal that we don't know? How should you approach an animal or a pet that you don't know? Thailand A.
I will go slowly to it.
Good job. So I would approach it slowly, or I would approach it cautiously. So I'd be very careful. Dogs can be very dangerous animals. They can bite you, they can be infected with rabies, which can be seriously life-threatening to humans. So if you ever see an animal on the street, always approach it with caution. Okay, so my sentence is the zookeepers approached the lions cautiously. So this means that they approached them in a way with caution. Who can use the word approached in a sentence? I choose Billy. Oops, Billy.
The lion approached the deer for lunch.
Very good, well done. The lion approached the deer for lunch. Good. Pat, can you give me another sentence, please?
The penguin sneakily approached the seal for its meal by sliding over on the ice.
Amazing. That's a great sentence. Well done, Pat. Okay, guys, have a look at our second word of the day. Our second word of the day is section. Can everyone please say section?
Section.
Good. Well done. Let's try it again, a little bit more slowly this time. Section. Very good. Okay, the word section is a noun. Have a look at this sentence. The top section or part of this mountain is the steepest. What did you learn about the word section, Cherry?
Like a place that you want to like go there.
Okay, so a section could be an area that you do want to go to. For example, you could say, I want to go to the top section of this mountain. So yes, that does make sense. A section can be an area that you go to. Let's have a look at this definition. Can you read it for me, please? Ben.
Section is a part of something.
Can you
Think
read the
about-
question?
How does a section of cake look different from a whole cake?
Good job. So a section is a part of something. So a section is one part of a whole. Think about this question. How does a section of a cake look different from a whole cake? So just imagine a cake is usually, if we have a typical cake, a cake is usually kind of an oval or circular kind of shape like this. Imagine that I have a bird's eye view looking at a delicious birthday cake. Now, if I am going to give you all a section of that cake, how will that section look different from the whole cake? I'll ask someone else. Lily, go ahead.
I think that a section of a cake will look like a triangular piece.
Good girl, that's what I was thinking. Usually a section of a cake actually looks triangular, or it depends who's cutting it. It might look like a rectangle, but usually people will cut it in the shape of a triangle. Good job, Lily. Okay, use the word section in a sentence. Here are my sentences. The teacher divided the class into 2 sections for the debate. One team were to argue for school uniforms, and the other team were to argue against school uniforms. Give me a sentence for the word section, please. I choose Trixie.
The teacher divided the class into different sections to talk about this week's topic.
Okay, good job. Well done. Give me another sentence, Katie.
Each sections of the book bring happiness to me.
Ooh, what a lovely sentence. Each section of the book brings happiness to me. Good job, Katie. Well done. Okay, moving on to our third vocabulary word. This word is avalanches. Okay, so listen carefully as I said. Avalanches. Now you guys try. 1, 2, 3.
Avalanche.
Avalanches.
Good job. But now let's say it slowly, please. Okay, so say it at the same pace as me. Avalanches. You try.
Avalanches.
Good job. Well done, guys. So to say it quickly, we would say avalanches. When avalanches occur, the powerful sliding snow can knock trees down. Avalanches is a noun. So avalanches are things that happen. What did you learn about avalanches when I asked you to look it up? Kimmy, what is an avalanche, or what are avalanches?
I think avalanches are masses of snow or ice that falls down from a mountain.
Good job. That's a perfect answer. Avalanches are masses or large amounts of snow and ice that fall down from the top of a mountain. So they can be really dangerous. Have a look here. Can you please read it for me? Pro. Avalanches.
Avalanches occur when large amount of snow, rocks slide down a mountain.
Good job. How do you think avalanches get started? What are the different causes? Any ideas about how you guys think an avalanche might start? Click the raise your hand button if you have an idea. Pat, go ahead.
I think it might be high winds in the mountains.
Absolutely, that is definitely one way. So if the weather gets bad and we get really high, strong winds, it can cause parts of snow to move and put more pressure on certain areas, and then can cause the collapsing of the snow. Thailam A, what do you think?
I think explosion in high mountain also cause avalanches.
Yeah, very good. Absolutely. I would hope that that wouldn't happen too often. But yes, certainly if someone had dynamite or TNT and caused an explosion, that would definitely cause an avalanche to happen. Pro, what do you think?
I think earthquake.
Absolutely. Good job, Pro. Earthquakes are a huge reason that avalanches happen. So if the tectonic plates collide and cause an earthquake, it's going to cause a shift in movement. It's going to make the ground vibrate and going to cause an avalanche to happen. Okay, let's use the word avalanches in a sentence. Here's mine. The avalanches that occur in Colorado, Alaska, and Utah are most deadly. People who live there must be careful. Give me a sentence using the word avalanches.
I've seen the
largest and the most terrifying avalanches in the history of human.
Okay, very good. Well done. I've seen the largest and most terrifying avalanches in the history of humankind. Kimmy, can you give me another sentence, please?
He luckily escaped the avalanche.
Very good. He luckily escaped the avalanche. That's a good one. That's kind of a scary sentence. I would hate to be involved in an avalanche. Okay, we have 2 more words to do. Our next word is increases. Can everyone please say increases?
Increases.
Good job. Okay, let's have a look. When storms blow in, the danger to climbers increases or becomes greater. The word increases is a verb. I would like to think that we knew what this word meant without doing any research, because I'm sure you had to learn about this word in math class when you were much younger. So, Bilay, can you tell me, what does the word increases mean? What do you think?
I think the word increases means that to grow and to have more of something.
Very good. Well done. If something increases, it grows, it becomes greater, or it becomes more of something. Good job. Can you read this for me, Bao Kang? Increases?
Increases means becomes greater or louder.
Good job. So well done, Bilay. Think about it. Do you think the amount of homework increases from elementary to middle school? What have you heard? So you guys are in your final year of elementary school. When you move into sixth grade, you'll be moving into your middle school. Do you think the amount of homework is going to increase? Han, what do you think? Full sentence.
I think that the amount of homework will increase a lot more from elementary school to middle school.
Yeah, absolutely. So it definitely will, guys. Something I've been trying to explain to you in class is about our time management. When you move into middle school next year, you will be getting longer and more difficult homework to do. So you have to try and manage your time as best as you can. Have a look here. Let's try and use the word increases in a sentence. Here's my sentence. If your temperature increases beyond 37.5 degrees, you have a fever. And if you have a fever, you're not feeling so good. Rosie, give me a sentence.
We need to increase the public awareness of the COVID-19 disease.
Ooh, very good. We need to increase the awareness of the public of the COVID-19 disease. That's a really, really good sentence. Well done, Rosie. And Hacker, can you give me another sentence using the word increase or increases?
At the summer, the temperatures has been increased from 32 degrees to 37 degrees.
Good job. Yes, it's coming into those summer months now, and it is getting hot, hot, hot out there. Okay, last word, and then hopefully we'll get to play our fun game. Okay, so our word is equipment. Can everyone please say equipment?
Equipment.
Very good. The word is equipment, and the word is a noun. Let's have a look at this sentence. Mountain climbers check their supplies or equipment before a climb. Now, having done your homework and research, what did you find out about the meaning of the word equipment? Lily, what do you think the word equipment means?
When I researched, it says that equipment means like sometimes like small things like you have when you go somewhere.
Good job. Equipment are small pieces or tools that you take to use when you're going somewhere to help you do something. Really good job, Lily. Have a look. What does it mean? Can you read that for me, Rosie? The things?
Equipment is the things that are needed for a particular activities or purpose are called equipment.
Good job. So the things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity are called equipment. Have a look here. What equipment do you need for your favorite sport or game? So who can tell me what equipment do we need for basketball? if I'm about to play a game of basketball, what equipment would I need to make sure I can play that game? Ben.
The ball.
Yep, a ball, definitely that's one. We'd also need a basket or a net to put the ball in. If I want to play golf, what equipment do I need? Pat.
A golf ball, a golf club, and a field.
Very good. Well done, Pat. Hacker, what do I need to play tennis? What equipment do I need to play tennis?
To play tennis, you need some stick to fight it, like and a field and a tennis ball.
Good job. So I need rackets, a tennis ball, and I don't actually need a field. What I do need is a net. So you could play tennis in the city if you wanted in an area, but you just have to have a net. Good job, guys. Okay. Use the word equipment in a sentence. Here's mine. A backpack, boots, food, water, compass, and first aid kit are all important pieces of equipment for a hiker. Use the word equipment in a sentence for me, Cherry.
Firefighter needs a lot of equipment to set down the fire.
To take down the fire. Good job, Cherry. That's a great sentence. Well done. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do now for the last 10 or so minutes is we're going to play a game. So I'm going to put you into two different teams. I'm obviously going to put you in boys and girls because it's the easiest way to divide you when we're online. So I'm going to ask girls or boys to pick a number. And then I will ask you a question based on the number. It will be a question about the vocabulary. Under the number will be a star, a heart, a swap, or an explosion. A star gives you 1 point. A heart gives you 10 points. Swap means that you swap points with the other team. And an explosion means you lose all your points. So I'm going to go and let the girls go first. Girls, I'm going to pick one of you to pick a number. Lily, pick a number for me, please.
7.
7. Okay. Cherry, can you please answer the question for me? What is an avalanche?
An avalanche is when like snow rolls down from a mountain.
Good girl. Yes, correct. I will allow that. So, girls, you get to pick number 7. Let's see what it is. Swap points. Okay, so boys and girls, you have 0 points, so we don't need to use that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly draw an X over here so we know. Okay, boys, I would like you to pick a number for me. Can you pick a number? Okay, Bao Kang, can you pick a number for me, please?
I pick number 11.
Number 11? Okay, I think you said number 11, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, number 11. Okay, spell the word equipment. Bilay.
EQWIPMENT.
I'm sorry, but that is incorrect. We spell equipment EQUIPMENT. Very close. Let's find out what you would have got under here. You would have got 1 point, but we have to erase that one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Back to you, girls. All right, guys, let's have a look at our homework. Ta-da! Homework is vocabulary, word, definition, and 2 sentences. 2, not 1, 2 sentences. For example, your red notebook should look like this. Equipment, equipment, equipment. Supplies or tools needed to do something. Artists need equipment such as brushes, paints, pencils, and pens. And then your second sentence will be, teachers need equipment such as laptops, printers, and projectors to make an effective lesson. So because you don't have phonics and vocabulary together, I want you to write an extra vocabulary sentence. Please make sure you upload that take a picture of your red notebook and upload it to Google Drive by 9 p.m. tonight so that I can have a chance to mark it. Rosie, what's your question here?
We do all the words, right?
No, just the 5
Oh.
words.
Just 5 words we
Just-
have.
Yeah,
Like,
just the 5 words that we learned today. So we have our second vocabulary lesson tomorrow, and tomorrow you'll do the second 5 words. So we learned 5 words today, so I'm expecting 5 vocabulary words, 5 vocabulary definitions, and I'm expecting 10 sentences. Do I have any other questions about this homework or about what I want you to do? Okay. Wonderful. And also make sure that you look over your vocabulary words. Tomorrow, I'm still going to call on certain students and ask what the word means because I expected you to have researched yourself and found out the definitions yourselves. Okay, guys, since there are no more questions, I've kept you an extra 5 minutes, but I really wanted to play that game. So really, really good job, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow morning. Please make sure to upload your homework by 9 p.m. to give me enough time to check everyone's. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye.